What's up, everybody? It's your boy BZ back again with another podcast. To my left, I got Krispy Kreme, salty, if that's your preference. He doesn't eat pineapples, but his name is
Salt Donut,
Crispity Crackity Peters. And to my right,
Crispity Crackity.
To my right, we got a good old Scrump, young Scrump, little Scrump from the 313.
None of that. This your boy Nando, aka Illuminando, aka your granddaddy, aka hitting the pen on y'all one time for the one time. Fuck that Scrump shit.
Scrump, little Scrump from the 313.
Fuck Scrump. I'm about to do a diss track against Scrump because I don't even like that shit.
I'm gonna do enough vlogs calling you Scrump that one day, somebody on the street is just gonna call you Scrump, and it's gonna be set in stone forever from that point.
I'm gonna need a bad bitch to call me Scrump, and then maybe it might stick.
We'll set that up.
Scrump, make it Detroit great again. Scrump, he's got like a navy blue hat. Scrump, SK. Anyways, Fernando,
What's good?
this is your week. This is your week to come up with the topic.
Well, I ain't thinking no shit till earlier today.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
like
Yeah.
everybody.
But real talk, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was talking about Eastern Market and how dope Eastern Market is and how it's a really great opportunity. So I felt like this podcast, we can kind of talk about how you went from selling out your trunk of your car to being pretty much a staple in Eastern Market's little weekend situation they got going on. For anybody who don't know, Eastern Market every single weekend has like a bunch of independent vendors who come out and sell in their little sheds. Anything from farmers to people who sell clothing, people who sell soaps, people who sell, anything under the sun, but they're all independent. And Epyon Royal has been a pretty staple brand in Eastern Market for the past few years. Now, I've helped out a couple times, but your boy Tim
Is not even paying attention.
right over playing around.
It's over here fucking around.
Playing
My
too
bad.
much.
I have ADD, man. I can't pay attention that long. I'm listening.
But Tim and Doug has been pretty much holding it down every single weekend for the past few years. So
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that, y'all. I wanted to know, like Tim, we can start with you. I first bought your stuff offline.
Yeah.
And from you, like, you know what I'm saying, pulling up on you and like, yo, let me get that shirt you got. I like that.
Right off your back.
Right off pretty much. Okay, I got a couple stuff off your back. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to know, how did you go from idea and trunk to Epyon Royal Eastern Market?
Well, I sold shirts out of the trunk of my car because I felt I kind of had no choice. I didn't really know business at the time, and I had a brand that nobody heard of, and usually
It's like 09, right? 08?
Yeah, I started in late 08, but I didn't make it a real business till 2009. But clothing companies are like a dime a dozen, and especially back then, there was a lot more and more people kind of pursued having a clothing business. But I don't know. I just pulled up to skate parks and skateboarded and talked to people, and they would ask about my shirt, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I make these." They'd be like, "Oh really? Can I buy one?" And I would be on the spot like, "Yeah, you could buy it right now." And then they'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool." They'd buy a shirt for $10. Then I got the office, and it was like the same thing, except the office doesn't drive around, and people could just come out and buy stuff directly. And then I moved to a bigger office that was more private. After that, moved the office to my house, and then after that, got another office space outside of the house. But Eastern Market, I started that in 2016,
Yeah, let's say it was like the end of 2015 when you started talking about it.
Yeah, because I applied for like years and they didn't approve me. And then I'm pretty sure this girl Lonnie that works there, I think she started working there like the year I applied where I got approved. And she like actually looked into the brand and stuff, and even though they had tons of different clothing companies that have been there forever, she thought my brand was different, so she kind of gave us the opportunity to go there. And then when I first started selling there, I like barely made anything because I wasn't really used to selling to that kind of audience, so I didn't really know what products to bring.
In that setting,
yeah, I didn't know what to bring, so like after the first year I kind of got it, and then every single year after that we've gotten better at knowing what our customers want. So yeah, this is the 4th year, I think.
Yeah, we're on the 4th year now.
Yeah, 4th year.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and I've only been a part of it since the beginning of last year, basically. So, I got started right when I left my old job, Journeys, and literally that day got started. So I've only been doing it for going on about a year now. So my only experience has been just this past year, not like the very beginning stages of doing Eastern Market. It was already a little bit more refined, but the last year I don't know, because I didn't experience the first couple years, so that's something that's really up to you to define. But I feel like in the last year has been the most like growth of our entire presence and relationship with Eastern Market.
Yeah, plus we have the best looking booth now, whereas like when I started the booth wasn't.
It was like a table. You didn't even bring the tent for the first like year.
I agree, because when I came and saw y'all, like, what was it, last weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, when I came and saw y'all last weekend and I was looking for y'all, it was easy. Like, it was like I was kind of looking around, like, oh damn, that them right there, that big booth with all the Epyon Royal stuff. Right there.
Yeah, that's how we want it to be. Whereas before it was just like a table with a tablecloth and a banner that said Epyon Royal.
And then just the random racks and stuff.
Yeah, and like only a few t-shirts, but now we bring like 30 different t-shirts at any given time.
Yeah, we do bring a much more. It's so funny because some days it feels like we brought so much less, but we just brought the stuff that matters the most, and we bring a lot of it. So we don't normally have as many designs as even when I first started. When I first started, it was like we were literally trying to find more space to put designs up because we'd have so many different designs that needed to be showcased. And now it's like we really kind of refined that in. We know exactly how much space we need to showcase the products that we brought. It's just we've really started to streamline the entire process and kind of make it very set in stone and concrete. We have a system. We know every weekend like what we're going to do. We can condense the time frame. Like we know how long it's going to take to set up and everything because we've gotten so consistent with it.
And we know what to do and what order, what the fuck we should pull out, and who holds the zip ties.
Yep, how to put everything back in the best way for it to be very easy to get out the next whether it's the next day or the next weekend. Like, yeah, we really have just been chiseling away at the sculpture that is our presence at Eastern Market.
Yeah, and this year is going to be even better because both sides of the tent, which is 10 feet by like 7 feet, is going to be huge banners.
Yeah.
Each corner of the tent is going to have a huge flag banner on it. All the products are going to be like super organized. We're going to have a bunch of different priced products. We're gonna have different types of products, but it's all gonna be red, black, and blue.
It's gonna really just look us. Is what it is. We're really gonna be like you'll be able to visually see what the brand is by our displaying.
Yeah, and I think it'll be more fun like that. We won't be struggling as much. Like, oh, it's windy.
Exactly.
Everything will just be set up how it is. Yeah. We have a register. We have change. We have
less room for like chance and stuff like that. So it's literally like we won't have any situation where we're like, oh, I don't know if we should maybe bring this or if we should display this like this. No, we got it set. We're doing the same thing every time, every single weekend. And
and at like any event, we should be able to pop up and set it up the same
amount of time everywhere.
Yeah, because that way we can figure out however we make the most sales. Like, we can organize the products in a way that makes more sales for us. And then if it's the same every single week, as we tweak it, it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Whereas before it's like, oh, well, we got 25 designs, let's just put them up.
Yeah. And it makes it a lot easier for when we transition into a storefront, because that's what we've been treating at Eastern Market as like a trial run for a store. And we have been talking for so long and planning out making the booth look like how we would make the store look. So
that's
it's going to be
a very exciting idea.
Yeah, and it's going to make it super cohesive, because when the first store opens, it's already going to feel like a chain. It's already going to feel like I mean,
familiar.
Exactly. You go to every Foot Locker, and even though they're different shaped like spaces, they're all the same. They have like a general same layout, all that stuff. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like when you go into a Foot Locker or a Finish Line or something like that, where everyone you go to, you can just look in the store and be like, oh, yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, except all the products going to be sick. Yeah, it's not going to be like... No, because a lot of the shit they sell in the store is like they're obligated to sell this shit.
Yeah, I went to Somerset last weekend and went to a few sneaker stores. And, you know, they only got like a couple of them. And just scaled the walls and was disappointed because it was
the
just
same
like
every store.
First of all, they got like double up everything. So they have one wall that technically only has maybe 12 styles of shoes, but they got 20 spaces.
Yep.
And because they doubled up so many different spaces to make it look like, oh, we got all these shoes. And like,
well, you also
it's so pointless. Like, why? Y'all don't have no shoes in this store.
That's like that. So, being a former mall employee and manager for 5 years, the reason why is if that was just last week that you went, you got to remember that it's the end of tax season. So a bunch of their stuff is all sold out because people went and spent their tax money. That's a peak season for the malls that they just went through, and next is about to be like right back, like right into summer and stuff. The businesses like that, they literally will plan these things 12 months in advance. So like that's probably why, is they sold out and they just have to fill display space. I had that happen at Journeys, where I literally would have like 6 of the same shoe in one area because I just needed to fill space.
Well, yeah, but you also have brands like Under Armour that'll buy like a bunch of display space and like Foot Locker, and you're like, any real business is like not gonna fucking buy this shoe to sell it when these other brands are like selling out. They would just have more NMDs and whatever's popular at the time. Whereas Under Armour's paying them.
Wall and Champion bought a huge space like in this finish line.
Blowing up the last.
Well, Champion is like a different thing, but like because it's actually cool, you know.
I mean, cool people actually like technically.
Well, yeah, it was cheap back in the day. It's
not even really technically back in the day. Back in the day, you get stuck for a Champion jacket, like depending on where you live.
About, like,
I remember buying like Champion shorts when I played shows because I would just blow through them. They're like $10 at Meyer.
Yeah, that was like the cheap short.
Yeah, if you wanted something with the name brand, but you wanted to spend the least amount of money, you went with Champion.
Yeah, and their sweatshirts were like $4.
Yep.
But now their logo is cool, so it costs a little bit more.
Which, I mean, kudos to them.
But it's like if we had our own store, we could curate better what's sold there, because we wouldn't just want it to be Epyon Royal. We want to carry like Reebok shoes or like other classic brands to kind of align ourselves with. So when you go to the store, it's not just a t-shirt spot. You could get like all this stuff, but it goes good together, and everything goes good together. So no matter what design you're buying, or if you're buying a duffel bag or a backpack, you can buy the backpack and the hat and the shirt, and the shit's gonna go together. Whereas like other stores, different brands have different signature colors, and it kind of eliminates that.
Yeah, I agree.
But
that'd be pretty dope. So that's been just a big push for Eastern Market, is just turning it into that, because I mean, we've had many conversations about it. It's just a matter of time, but that is the next evolution for the brand, is getting into a space like that, even if it's not directly a retail space, just a bigger headquarters to be able to produce more and do more of what we want the brand to direct towards, basically.
Yeah.
So that's like the next evolution, and Eastern Market has played a really big role in shaping that vision for what's next.
Yeah, I wish we could have a store out there, like in one of the surrounding buildings, but
why not?
The price is crazy,
so
bro.
Expensive.
The price,
we're talking like $3-4 grand a month.
5, 6. It's
crazy.
Especially if you're
We've
ground
looked at
level. If you're ground level, it's expensive.
Yeah, it's really
they have different businesses on like different floors.
Yeah.
But like even those are more expensive. If you have a door that leads to the sidewalk, that costs a lot of money. And now that the city has a bunch of money, they're less lenient with shit. So like the city has different fees that they expect for businesses, and you have to get different permits and have the place inspected by the fire marshal. And whereas like a handful of years ago, they weren't as strict on shit like that.
Yeah,
they were like, oh, just please open a business here. We don't care. We have buildings for $9,000 that are like 18 floors. Like they didn't care because nobody was there. But now you got Dan Gilbert and all these weirdos popping up. It's making everything expensive. Like, if we wanted to have a store in the city, it would literally have to be on like Gratiot in like 7 Mile, 6 Mile, or even south of that. You know, like places where there's not that many people, and it's not really going to be safe for regular ass suburbanites to just pop up.
Yeah.
And if we're there late, like who knows what could happen, or if we're not there.
True.
It's just like the places that are affordable aren't affordable in the long run if something bad happens, and then the places that
something bad happening too.
The safer areas are the ones that are like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Whereas in the suburbs, you could get a retail space as low as like $750 if you're lucky. You know, you're not going to get all the foot traffic that you would being in the city in the busier areas, but you can generate traffic by promoting yourself.
And it's somewhere that's easier for people to feel welcomed and easier for them to kind of come out and support. So,
well, yeah, if you promote yourself, you don't have to rely on like organic foot traffic. That's just a bonus.
Yeah. Which will come eventually. Yeah.
Feel that.
But yeah, if we had a store, then we could just like make a show and like literally
There's so many
like
cool
a
things you can
reality
do.
show.
Yeah, because we had a space to really just do it without like, you know what I'm saying, like right now we kind of not cramped, but
we're kind of cramped.
We're limited.
Like if all three of us were trying to do all of our shit in here, we don't have enough space.
Yeah,
like we don't.
Yeah.
So which is also part of like what I said, it's the next evolution of the brand is that us having all our combined efforts into it. So I strongly feel that.
It was probably the craziest story that y'all can, without, you know what I'm saying, I don't want y'all to incriminate yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me nothing that's gonna damage y'all, you know what I'm saying, reputations. But what's probably the craziest story that had happened since y'all been working at Eastern Market?
What do you think?
Or even if there is one, because maybe it ain't one. Maybe it's just super chill and don't nothing crazy happen.
No, there's crazy stuff that happens. It's just it happens so frequently and at like the same level that it's kind of hard to pick one. Like at one point during the summer, we used to get there like 20 minutes early specifically to watch the bum fights across the street.
Whoa.
Like that was a daily thing.
I'm not even gonna say what that is. I ain't trying to even don't.
Well,
yeah, but
okay, so
I know what you're talking about.
Maybe
I know what
one of
you're talking about.
One of the most recent crazy things was that dude that tried to mess with us when we were packing up a few weekends ago, and he tried to step.
Yeah, he tried to buck up at me. He's like, he like comes over.
Step and buck up.
Yeah, we're like packing up, and this guy walks up. He's like, "Hey man,
you got any work I could do? I was like,
No, that's
no,
not.
what is
So he walks
Let
up
the
while
ghost
we're getting everything taken care of, and we're like packing up. He walks up. He's like, "All right, sweet. What's next? We're ready to get this done." And I just looked at him and I was like, "Nah, bro, we got this. We don't need your help." And he like just kept going, saying the same shit. Damn near ad-libbing. And I told him again. I said, "No, dude, we got this." And then that's when you chimed in, and he said something about, I can't remember what he said next, but I remember you were like, "No, we don't need any of that." No, he's like, you were like, "No, we work hard for our money." He goes, "Shit, then me too. That's what I'm trying to do." And then you just go, "Not here, you ain't." And once you said that, that's when the situation started to escalate. And
not here, you ain't.
yeah, he said it just like almost exactly like that too. So then after that was let's see, what did he do after that? That's when he kind of started to like get a little irrational, and he was trying to talk some shit, and he was like, "Who do you think you is? Who you think you is?" And then,
Who you think you is?
Yeah. And then Tim just
You's a bum. No matter who I'm is.
Yeah,
You a bum.
I don't know who I'm is, but you're asking me for money. So if I'm not that important and you're asking me for money, that kind of means you're not as important as me. So
Yep.
I don't know.
Right,
But yeah, no. As
Who
soon as he said that, Tim turned around and like the guy kept walking closer to Tim every time he was speaking. So at this point, like he was pretty close to Tim, and Tim just turned around and just gave him a look. And at that moment, I was like, one of two things is gonna happen. He's either gonna beat this motherfucker without saying another word, like
that's what I know.
no other words are coming out of his mouth, or I'm gonna give my man the benefit of the doubt. He might be the bigger man here and might shut this down. And I'm proud to say my man didn't beat a bum's ass that day. We didn't have the cops called on us.
No bum fights.
He looked at him for like a good 3 hard seconds, had a little bit of rage in his eyes, and just goes, "You know what? Security!"
Yeah, I was
starts
like,
yelling security. But he was staring this man dead in his soul.
Oh, yeah,
he
I
did
didn't
not
take my-
move his eyes
Yeah.
from this man's eyes. Just straight up screaming security, looking this man in the eyes.
This guy got scared too. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, you
He's
ain't
like,
gotta do
"Oh, it's
that."
gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that." As he was walking away, he's like, "No, I'm gone. And Tim just goes, "Yeah, you right. You gone."
Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, you are gone." Yep, keep going. No, but like, I was just like, this guy's irritating me so much. If I don't have somebody remove him, then I'm going to, and I'm gonna get kicked out of the market for this guy just
Beat
being
the bum's
stupid.
ass.
Right.
And these guys know, like these dudes, it's the same people every
He's trying
year.
to do that stuff to like everybody we
All
know.
the
Like,
time.
that same.
So y'all
guy.
even recognize this dude? Like,
Yeah,
he's kind of
I
seen
like-
him before.
yeah.
And they
we
know they're
mildly
not
recognize
supposed to
them.
be there. Like,
Wow.
these homeless dudes, they know they're not supposed to be there harassing people. Because that market is important. It brings like a lot of people from all the northern suburbs out. And the
Man,
last thing
Junior's
you
throwing
want
people out left
is,
and right.
listen, like, this is private property too. You don't want people that are going to be a liability on your property to the people that are paying for your fucking shit. So this guy, we're in the back room essentially. We're by the trailer. We have merchandise out. We don't need this guy by us. Like, swipe some shit. Like, we had some hats out. Like,
Yeah, the cash box. It didn't have any money in it, but it was sitting right out.
yeah, we have iPads sitting around and shit. Like, we don't need this guy just who is he? You know, he's a liability to me.
Right.
And I just get in defense mode anyway, but I got too much to lose, and I don't really personally gain anything from putting the beats on this guy. So I was like, you know what, security, there was a security guard right next to us too, and he's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Yeah, this guy's harassing us," and he walked him out. But it's like the same dudes all the time, and they get told to get out all the time because they harass people. And these guys mostly harass like women or like younger
Yeah, for
people
real.
because they're like intimidated. I don't know. I guess maybe just women.
But that mostly happens after hours, right?
Well, no, it's like it will.
That specific situation did, yeah.
They're
Okay.
less low key when they know you've worked all day, and this is like when they target the vendors.
Yeah.
During the day, they're on the sidewalk targeting regular people, customers. And then at the evening when you're packing up, they know you've been there since 5 a.m. selling stuff. They're like, oh, maybe they'll give me some money because they just made a bunch.
Yeah, they just want me gone. Yeah.
It's like, yo, we don't wake up at 5 a.m, get here like 6, hungry still, tired, especially on Sundays because this is the second day in a row we did it. It's like, we don't do all this work and spend all this money in the heat, and we gotta pay for food and stuff. Why should he just get to pop up and take it? Especially he's been doing it forever. This guy's articulate enough to come like swindle his way into some money. Like I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, that's really recently. But you have like condescending customers every now and then.
Yeah.
You have like screen printers that try to like test your skills and like information. You have people that get offended by the shirt that says illegal business controls Detroit. And then,
I mean, in all honesty, it's not. A lot of the stuff you deal with is very similar. Fernando, you work in shoe stores. You know what people are like. Mm-hmm. They're not any better, but you do still get those people that are like super good, super nice customers. They're like really into the brand. You have
most of the people are like that.
Or there's so many times that people don't even buy it.
Cool, but every now and again you get somebody that's like, why did you even walk in here with this attitude?
Yeah, exactly. But there's like so many times that people will come up and they don't even buy anything, but they just come up and just like, we have a really good conversation with them. We connect with them. They might buy something later, but we like had a really good like conversation and kind of introduction to each other. So like that happens all the time too.
Or they bought stuff like months ago or years ago.
Oh yeah.
They're like, yo, I bought a shirt from you guys. I wear it all the time.
Yeah, we see people like that walk by with like stuff we haven't even made in like 2 years all the time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so like more positive customers and negative ones.
That's good.
In like the more years that go by and like the more money that comes to the city, you get less people trying to negotiate. You get more people that kind of appreciate the work you put into it. When you say like, oh, this embroidery is done in the city, like we screen print everything by hand, we design everything. There's more people that appreciate that aspect and they'll pay you what you want.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I first started, it was like people treated it like a flea market. Like, oh, what do you mean your shirts are $20? Like,
yeah,
blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, it's good quality. They'd be like, oh, those people's shirts are $10, and I'd be like, okay, go buy their $10 shirt, and they'd be like, oh, well, I like your artwork on the shirt. I like your design better. I'd be like,
that's why you're paying more.
Exactly.
That's why you're paying more, on top of the fact that it's better quality. Yeah. But now people don't really do that. And then the people that are outpriced, they just kind of walk away. They just kind of go shrug
or they scoff and just suck it up and pay the money for it. Yeah, that's happened a few times, but
yeah, we've literally had to tell people, like I've told people verbatim, like, no, I'm not gonna sell that shirt for $15. They'd be like, come on, man, like, yo, like I got cash now, and I've literally been like, yeah, but somebody with more money than you is gonna pay me $25 for it.
Exactly.
All I gotta do is wait a few minutes. Somebody that has more money than you is gonna come pay the full price because they appreciate it. And I've had people be like, all right, man, I'll pay the full price because you
kept it 100.
Yeah,
well, that's 100.
You shut down all their excuses.
Like they had no excuse. If you like the product, then pay what it's worth. There's too many other, like, especially if you out in Eastern Market having a good time. You could have went to the mall. You could have went online. You could have walked in Gucci, but you did not. You in Eastern Market. Pay the money.
And people that, like, a lot of times people that try to negotiate the price down will have a huge wad of money. And so when you say
it be the people who got money who are the ones that give you the most problems. Most people who just spending their money how they usually spend it, like, or who just the average everyday person who make a decent amount of money, like, you gonna see something how much they exactly they see it. Oh, I like it. They buy it. It's the ones who got a little money who always trying to like swindle other people out of their money.
But that's why you tell them, like, somebody else is gonna buy this. I'm not gonna sell it for less than I think it's worth.
Yeah, you set your bar too low. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then sometimes they'll feel like offended, like, no, I got money, I buy what I want, and they'll like pay the price. And sometimes like, all right, man, they try to do the walk away, and like I just let them kick rocks.
And then like 10, 15 minutes later, they come back and buy it. We had somebody on Saturday do that shit.
Yeah, because
So
we always sell out of shit. So it's like if the black large Katakana shirt is gonna sell out, why would we take less than what somebody else will pay?
Yeah.
When we know we're always like, oh, we don't have this, we don't have that,
Yeah.
we need to reprint this.
What it's worth to one person, it's worth to everybody.
Yeah, and then you miss sales from people that'll actually pay what you feel like your product is worth.
Yep, exactly. Because you'll have situations where it's like, what if you do that and another person walking by overhears that, and that person would have paid full price, but they just heard you give a deal to somebody else. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to walk up and ask for a deal.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, you just sold it for 15 for this guy. Why are you trying to charge 25 to me?
And that happens all the time. If you give
Well, it's only
anybody a
happened
special,
like once or twice, and then we shut that down.
yeah, if
We're
you
like,
give
no, we're not
anybody a
doing
special price, somebody will overhear it, or they'll tell somebody else, oh yeah, I got this shirt for 15. And then like somebody else would be like, oh yeah, this guy over there was wearing the same shirt, he said he got it for 15. I'd be like, oh, not from us. Like, nope, 25, 2 for 40.
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of Easter market. Are you gonna come this year?
Yes, I'm coming this year.
Are you
See,
sure?
I came out last weekend. To
You
see
came
what
out last
That
weekend.
don't count.
Yeah, like a half
I
an
know
hour
it don't
before we
count.
had to pack up.
Yeah, you gotta.
I know it doesn't count.
Yeah, you gotta like Doug will come pick you up in the morning type
Oh
shit.
man, I get
No,
a
you
ride.
No, you ain't pawning off my car
Oh
like
man, you selling it?
that. What, you fixing my
Boy,
brakes?
you
Hey, we
selling
got
it.
the shuttle, man.
Hey,
It ain't as
I
good
ain't
as
riding your
Chrysler,
shit. You need
but-
some brakes, man.
We're gonna have to renegotiate my commission.
Yeah,
if that's
Doug's
gonna be the
steering
fact.
column
That's what
ain't
we're doing.
safe. Doug's steering column ain't safe for all that.
No, it's
Steering
just my
column.
brakes are
He
bad.
can't turn left or right. He can only go straight. So he gets on the
Don't
freeway.
try to act like my car is all dingy like that. No, I actually got my. That's like the nicest car I ever owned.
Hey, let's put a picture of Doug's car in the podcast.
As the
I ain't gonna do that. That's too much work.
It's not. No, I'll defend my car publicly. It's a 2006 3.5 SL Nissan Altima. When that car came out, that was the most expensive Altima you could get. It was the nicest package. It was super
Whipping.
premium. Everything.
But it ain't a domestic brand.
Oh,
I don't
what?
fucking care about that.
It ain't a Ford or a Chevy.
I don't fucking care about that.
Domestic.
Nowadays,
Chinese car.
half of the like, I ain't
I know. I'm
not
just
gonna
playing.
get too crazy.
I'm
into
just
it.
trolling. All right.
Right. Hey, I'm
So-
glad you riding. You getting from A to B. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out here on the bus or no. You know what I'm saying? Ubering it up.
I got some dope ass speakers too.
Mm.
Mm.
You ain't bumping no shit.
Anyways, let's talk about this whole office hunt. Because the podcast audience, all 50 of them, do not.
47.
Hey, wait, hold on.
47, because you know
Hey,
3 of those views
no,
came from
no.
us 3.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's give a round of applause for the podcast listeners
Hey,
that are
hey.
here. You know what I'm saying? That are fucking with us. Shout out to them.
Squall.
Off top.
Taco flavor the kisses.
Wow.
But yeah, you guys haven't told the podcast about this whole office hunt. Now you guys want to partner up on an office space? Tell the people, because I don't even have all the details, and that's real. This ain't fake for the podcast.
Okay.
I don't even have all the details, and I want to hear from both of you guys. What do you hope to accomplish with the space? I gotta know.
Okay, so first of all, you talking about something that is completely in its infancy. Cause we just been talking about it. We ain't really seen it, or well technically
yeah, but
we did earlier.
Well, see, yeah, but you can get
it earlier.
I wouldn't quite say infancy, because it's past an idea now, because it's something that I've even talked to Tim about doing longer than just you and I even talking about it. It's just in the process of me and Tim talking about it in front of you, that's when we kind of started like, oh man, maybe we should do that together. That might make a little bit more sense, because now you got stuff you're doing. So so it's definitely a little bit past that, but I'll let you keep going. continue what you were saying.
I mean, pretty much that's what I was saying. Like,
That's it.
that's pretty much what I was saying. Like, at the end of the day, we just been talking about.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out the dynamic.
Yeah.
So you guys, a couple of brothers, happy and you're single and you're colored.
Yeah.
Do. You're gonna go out on your own.
Five.
Spread your own Epyon Royal legs.
Wings.
And
Yeah, I ain't spread no legs.
I ain't spreading no leg. Right. This is legs. Spreading Epyon Royal legs.
I love the brand. I ain't going that far.
hey, Doug's wearing
Legs might be
fake
crossed around
Balmain
his
jeans. Doug's wearing fake Balmain jeans.
and
Balmain or is it Balmain?
2 Chainz says Balmain, so we'll just say Balmain for the
All I
rest
know
of the
is
podcast. Shout out 2
Epyon
Chainz.
Royal. I get at H&M.
Shout out H&M.
Shout
H&M
out
my shit.
Balmain.
You be taking advantage of that little discount.
I got more of a discount because my boy works for one, and I got a friends and family card, 20% off on top of all their discounts. Yeah,
I need that.
so good.
I'm gonna send you with some money.
At
For real,
H&M.
to H&M.
Yeah.
I'm sending you to H&M with
Yeah,
some money.
but their
I gotta get him
clothes-
to resend me
You
the
think I'm
picture of the
playing?
card.
Yeah,
'cause
but
I
their
accidentally
clothes
I'm
fall
super
apart.
serious. I'm sending you to H&M
What?
with money.
All their clothes fall apart.
not for like a
So
while.
what?
Shit, I
So
have
what?
some
I got
jeans.
shirts and stuff that are
So
just
what?
now falling apart.
You
that I
wear
bought,
for you wear for
like
3
a-
months.
No shit. I've got shirts that are just now falling apart that I've been wearing for a year.
I want my jeans to last forever, man.
Dude, these jeans you talking shit about. The only thing that's wrong with them is I tried to put them on one day and I messed up and ripped them a little bit more. But other than that, they're still good. I bought these like well over a year ago.
Yeah, but you got your whole little turkey leg hanging out.
Because I ripped it right there. That was
Turkey
my
lunch
fault.
meat. You got like a square lunch meat right there. Hey, look.
Anyways, let's get back on track.
I don't want my knees to be all hanging out. It's all cold.
They got regular
and
jeans
shit.
too. You can buy jeans that aren't whole.
My knees leak heat because I run so
Knees
fast.
leak
Yeah, because my knee muscles are so big, they just radiate heat.
You ain't got no knee
Ready to
muscles,
run like a
properly.
gazelle. You know a pinto? I could run faster than a pinto. Serious. Yeah, the car.
We just gonna
70.
you off
The
that one.
car.
Full speed. 0 to 60.
But yeah, bro, as far as the space, what I pretty much want to achieve is just like a real recreational space for not even just me and Doug, even you too, Tim. And you know what, Doug got the photography and the videography, different stuff you want to do.
Yeah.
It's a videography. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Or whatever
There's like
the
a
fuck
bunch of
you
different
doing.
words, terms for it. But yeah,
I'm producing this. I'm producing this podcast. I got 2 other podcasts I want to produce. Anybody want to produce any other podcast? Let me know, because I'm about to start producing everybody podcasts. And that's pretty much what I want to achieve out of it. Like, yo, if you got a podcast idea, if you got breath in your chest and you got something to say, hit me up, because I want to produce it.
with your chest.
Yes, that might be it. To say it with your chest, man. I'm gonna write it down. That's it. That's it. Say it with your chest podcast.
Say it with your chest industries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest and
Home to the Pothead Podcast.
yes,
Bougie Restaurant Podcast.
yes.
Ooh.
Yes. All bougie restaurants,
Call us
all
the sushi
indie,
nistas.
quote unquote
We some
indie
masters.
restaurants, indie whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Vegans.
Yeah, I like vegan food.
Vegan
like
fart.
I like It's just food. Period. I don't care.
Yeah.
I got a food podcast I don't want to start, and I got a cannabis podcast I want to start, and then I got a few different podcasts I want to start. But I want to, man, with that space we get, if we get a space, when we get a space, I'm not gonna say if, when we get a space, it's gonna make it so much easier and so much just like,
Yeah, but listen, if you had a space, you guys could probably team up and develop a product to sell at Eastern Market. You never know. Buy like a 3D printer or something, come out with some keychains or some aviation tags with like shit on. You never know. Like, it could just be like a
There's
space.
just so many ideas. Like I've even thought about doing like a vlog just for Eastern Market. because there's just so much culture and stuff. So
life in the market.
man.
So like a little bit more about what I want to accomplish is I've spent a lot more time just thinking this out, because I mean, even before I bought that camera and really started putting this stuff into motion, it's stuff that I thought about for a few months. And I had been like I said at one point, I don't remember if I said it in the podcast or not, but I had been really kind of honing in on my skill with that craft for a long time. Well, I wouldn't say a long time, but like well over a year. And kind of my intentions is I really want to just build on that. So I started what?
Is your intentions that?
Is they is.
They is. I don't know, Kanye.
But
is that?
but yeah, so like I've been doing a lot more with my photography stuff. I've been actually working with other brands and businesses and stuff and getting clients.
You know, I hooked you up. You know what I'm saying? I've been connecting some dots.
Yeah, so like I've been getting a lot of like my practice and stuff like that with stuff that Tim has thrown my way. I started doing a little right now it's kind of just in like a trial run of doing some stuff for another you're distracting me while I'm trying to speak.
Let the man speak. What the fuck is he even? And what are you even doing over here?
Oh my god.
Take real vitamins like an adult.
It ain't Flintstones gummies.
That don't look like grape drink. That smells like a Jolly Rancher.
Like grape drink. Anyways, yeah, so I've been doing kind of like a trial run of some product photography for another brand at Eastern Market. On top of working with a couple other like models and stuff, I did some photo work for a mutual friend of mine and Tim's. And I'm actually right now, I don't think I can speak too many details, but I'm in the works with a law firm that I know that is actually we're in negotiations on figuring out how we can possibly do some work together. I have another
So if
friend.
I get sued for something, I can call you.
I got you.
Bad.
Got you.
Bad.
But,
I'm fooling now because I got a lawyer.
Especially if it has anything to do with the cannabis.
I got a lawyer now. I'm fooling.
Have your own professional space that you can meet with other clients too.
Yeah, and I was
Like
gonna
the
get. Yeah, I'm
financial
definitely
stuff.
gonna get there. But yeah, so like doing a bunch of that work and stuff is something that I definitely wanted to push more of, because over the last I would say about 18 to 24 months is when I've really started to realize my kind of passion for it, along with doing more film and video work and cinematography and such. And I don't know about me. I don't know about if I'll ever do anything like professional enough to like making movies and stuff. It's definitely something I would love to do. Listen, this guy just pulling out snacks out of nowhere.
Bruh.
This man got the dots and the Haribo. Oh my god. This is what happens when Tim's getting a little bit feely. Busting it open.
Hey, tell them what you're busting open right
Busting open the dots.
Hey, Fernando, what are you trying to bust open?
I got these Twix right here.
And I'm busting open.
Hey, these left Twix or these right
Hey,
Twix?
don't listen. They're both. It's the cheap, shitty, small ones.
No,
Listen.
see, only fuck with the left Twix.
And you know I'm busting open Haribo twin snakes. One sweet, one sour.
This a whole pack of right Twix. I can't eat no right Twix. I
They're
gotta
the
eat
same
left
thing.
Twix.
What you talking about?
Don't drop that. Hey, don't drop that shit.
Boo, it's a left in here. Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
Shout out to everybody. I'm right-handed, but I like the left Twix.
Have you ever had twin snakes? These
No.
things are so good. If you like gummies, like one sweet,
pretty
and
much
one
like.
sour.
Oh, okay. I got you. I was gonna say like. Dang. I was gonna say most gummy stuff tastes the same. But,
These are like the harder ones. Like,
oh, yeah, well they're Haribo.
I don't like them.
yeah.
What?
Them like waxy.
You didn't even try it.
I'm good.
You didn't even try it, pussy.
I don't need it. I got that.
Toxic
I got that
masculinity,
left
pussy.
Twix.
You didn't even
popping
try
right
the
now.
snake, boy. Pause. I love dogs. You like dogs?
So good. So good.
I like Swedish fish and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like none of that stuff. All that stuff is disgusting to me.
Hand me the chocolate.
Oh my god. But anyways, so a big part that I want to accomplish, obviously, doing a lot more of the photography stuff, because that's the thing that I find the most interest in. And branching off into like film work and stuff like that. Mainly stuff for like YouTube, doing the vlogs and stuff like that. Maybe even doing some professionally, like commercials, stuff like that. That's something I definitely have thought about, but it's not anything kind of on my immediate radar. With that space, I just kind of want to grow it to where like this is what I do.
Well, like if you have a creative idea, then you can execute on it.
Exactly, and I have a space to go and do that instead of right now. It's just kind of like I'm either out and about and just like in the world, or I'm like sitting in my room and like I'm the type of person that I can't be creative and work in the same space that I relax. It's like my subconscious doesn't work like that. That's why like when I was in my apartments and moving around, it was so much easier for me to write music and stuff like that because I would have a separate room or a separate area that was just like my desk.
I'm the opposite.
Where I did my work.
I want to build a blanket fort around my whole desk. That's only big enough to cover the desk and shit. But I need my lamp and my lights under the fort. I'm gonna turn all the lights on like the colorful mode.
Oh my god!
And I'm just gonna be on my computer. I bet y'all get my productivity will go up like 35%.
Skyrocket. Yeah. No, and it is funny because like I know for a fact you're the opposite because that's how it was when you had the office and the house. It was kind of like that, but I'm not like that. I need that kind of separation because it helps me discipline myself. Like I know when I'm at home, I don't have to stress about anything. I'm at home. It's relaxation time. When I need to stress about stuff, I need to get stuff done. I go to the workspace. It's where an office or something like that is. So that's another big thing I'm trying to. I really want with the office space is be able to have that kind of structure in my life because I know I'll be able to get a lot more done and I'll be able to start actually working on this stuff because I have so many ideas. I've been talking to like people like Muffin and stuff like that about all these crazy ideas and stuff that I have. I have like a few ideas for a video series that I want to start doing for the YouTube. There's a bunch of stuff that I just have so many creative ideas, and having a space like that will help flourish those ideas and give me an environment to actually make those ideas come to fruition. So,
Doug, do you want a Twix?
Hell yeah, I want a Twix.
Hey, how many do you have?
One.
One? You want two?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna have two then.
I will have another one, but that's alright.
This fool.
We gonna be alright.
I'm bougie like that. I make them type of decisions in my life.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should have an office because when I got my first office, like everything quadrupled. That's when I really did so much research on starting a brand, and I bought books and sat in there by myself like 24/7. Like when I started the brand and had the office, like I pretty much lost all my friends, like all the kids I grew up with.
No, you ain't lose any friends.
No,
bro.
I
you
did
made
because
room
they're
for
just
your real,
losers.
You made room for your real friends. That's essentially what you did.
Well, yeah, I
just lose any friends.
I just didn't mind being by myself and trying to sell my products, because all these people I grew up with were like super lazy and entitled, and it's like they didn't want to contribute to what I was doing, but they wanted to try to be a part of it, if that makes sense. Like, oh, let me be a co-owner, and it's like, you know, people don't care about you if you're not giving anything to them. And I started the brand by myself, so why would I just jump into like being a partner with somebody that hasn't done any work?
Yeah.
So I just had to cut everybody off, and then that's like when I really started to focus. So having a space that you could just go to, and you could have to, like, my office lights are always dark. I only have these ambient lights going on. Like my desk light is pretty bright. Like the rest of this office is like pretty dimly lit. And I like it though.
This is the way.
Yeah,
this is what inspires you in that space.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what I need. I need like a space where I can just pretty much, when I shut the door, I know this is my space.
Yep.
And
that's another
I can
thing
do
for
what
me too.
I can really get. You know what I'm saying, the creative juices flowing.
And really be able to like make that, because like I already know how like I want to like make my space look and everything.
Tell them.
So like I know I'm eventually, so like I've already said, whether it's like we get an office that has separate rooms and stuff like that, I want a space like super bright, super white, but that's also because of doing like videos and stuff. I want more light to actually play with when I'm doing photo work, when I'm making vlogs and stuff like that, just having more control. But like as far as like the whole vibe and everything, I have like furniture that's been sitting in storage since I haven't had a place to put it that I want to bring out because I really love the way it looks. It's like really nice brown leather. It's got like wood accents and stuff. They're like $4,000 couches I got from my old boss when I moved out.
You ain't gotta tell nobody how much it costs.
I'll tell them. I'm proud of them damn couches. I'm flexing because I ain't paid for them. They were about to go to the curb.
We'll
I got $5,000 couches I ain't pay for, and they second hand though.
But yeah, no, like so they're like super really nice quality and everything. I actually, when I first moved to Traverse City, I slept on those boys for like the first month I lived there because they're so nice. But like, get those. I want to have like some really nice, like kind of low maintenance foliage, like some plants and stuff like that, like making it really look nice and just really create a scene. Like I'm gonna have like poster, like not anything too crazy, but like some things on the wall, like maybe some shelves with some like have all my lenses, stuff like that. Yeah, and really like make the space where somebody walks into the space and if they know me, they're like, yup, this is Doug's space. Like that's kind of where I want that to be, because that's when
you can exist in your truest form.
Exactly. Like I think that's going to be one of the most impactful things, because that's going to just impact my entire demeanor and how my workflow goes, because I'm going to be in a much more creative spot. I'm going to feel more comfortable. I'm going to feel like I'm in an environment that speaks to who I am more. So that's like a huge thing, where if I'm going to put the money into having an office space, that's like, for me at least, a non-negotiable. Like if I'm going to pay money for a space, I want it to be like that. It needs to be mine. Like that's how I'm gonna have it.
So you already told us how you wanted your office space to be. On your scale, rate my office space. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
According to like my taste.
Yeah, like what do you think of my office?
I really like the vibe of the office. I mean, I've even come out a couple times and gotten like my work done at the office. My only thing is, one, your office is way too dark for me. You like the lights a little bit way more lower. Like that's why I honestly haven't been shooting a lot of video during the podcast days, because it's a little too dark. I can't get good footage without it being too grainy, and there's a lot of red, and red light is really hard to edit and post. Well, yeah, I could do it with the iPhone, but it's like I'm trying to get more comfortable and learn my camera more. So that's why I've been shooting more video with my actual camera. Look at this pig right here. I know. Little pig.
Bossy.
But
boss man.
Yeah, so I would probably say somewhere around like a solid 8. Just because, like, one, it's a little bit more crowded than me personally, but you can't get around that. You have product you're selling. You have to have that like little bit of crowdedness in there. And then that other point lost just because how dark it is. Like it's just hard for me to do what I do in this office.
Yeah, but if I film videos and if I use that light, it's like perfect.
Well, yeah, with the ring light, yeah. But like, I want a setting. I like if I'm gonna have an office,
you want it to be like a bright white studio. So
exactly, because like
you can just
it's not like I'm just gonna film in the same spot all the time. I want to add more depth to my stories and have my environment in there, like filming around the office and stuff like that. Like especially if we get a space where, like we've been talking about, of having the storefront and all of us in there together. I want that. I want to be able to take videos all over the place.
It's candy. Bro, it's not vegetables.
Tim's getting distracted.
It's one.
Candy.
I went to the Dollar Tree.
That's the way to go. I'll take a couple more of those.
Maybe if it was like THC infused, I might deal with it and eat it.
Man, it's dots. How you gonna not eat dots, bro?
Listen, let me tell you something. If I was on Fear Factor, if everything if everything had THC in it, I'll win. I'll win.
But
no, let's hear how Fernando wants his office.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I want to hear about his.
Really, how I would have it is, first I will make sure all the walls is kind of soundproof, because sometimes I get loud for no reason. And
He's not lying.
So you'd get some sound panels.
Yeah,
like
all over the walls. Yeah,
which
like
I would want too.
Like
let's do a color.
Black. I don't know.
Black ones.
Yeah, and I would want like a really big screen TV, but it really just be like a monitor. For
your computer?
For like my computer or anything anybody want to pull up, I can put it on the big screen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a nice size big screen. And then a nice desk where I can put these mics and get the, you know what I'm saying, get this podcast stuff like real comfortable, so when people come in and do their podcast, or, you know what I'm saying, come to my podcast, it'll be nice and like comfortable. Like you want to sit here for an hour or two and talk.
Yeah, well, you can have your desk like at a desk like this, right? But then your computer is facing that way, so you can work on that side and the other side. Instead of being backed up to the wall, you can just clamp mics too. Yeah. So it's like computer and then mics. You can sit on both sides.
Yeah, kind of create like my own little like radio space.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. Like just pretty much a space where I don't have to just keep setting this up every week, and like really just And that way, like, it's not like, oh, you want to do a podcast? Yeah, okay, you gotta come to my house and come to my basement.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. Like, I need my home to be a space where I can kind of disconnect and chill.
So like me too.
And then when I come to the, you know what I'm saying, being creative,
where it's
I can really spaz because
time to
I'm like in a comfortable space to do so. I don't feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying, bothering my lady upstairs, or like I got weird people in my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and you get a separation too. So if you just want to be alone, then you can just be alone.
Yeah.
And you can be in a place where it's like only business type shit. So not everybody you know is gonna know exactly where you're at, or just gonna show up whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, you gotta, like, I have to tell you that this space is even here for you to even pull up on me.
Yeah, so it could just be like low key, fucking Bruce Wayne type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. That's one of my next tattoo ideas. Bruce Wayne is that's my favorite superhero. Cause he ain't had no superpowers. His superpowers was money.
He was rich.
Yeah, bread. He had that bread. He was like, "What? Got so much money. I'm just gonna buy myself all the equipment to be a superhero." And did it.
You know what I wish?
I love that.
I wish, you know my first office location at Mr. B's?
Mm-hmm.
You know that at the back door?
Yeah.
That office that's to the right of the back door, it has the glass doors.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it was like to the right, and they have a curtain, but it was like a contracting company had a logo on there. And when you walk in the back door to the right, there's that glass window that like spans the length of the wall, but it always had a curtain over it.
Oh, okay.
I always wanted to that space to, because you could have like a retail store in the back, like, because it looks like a retail store.
Yeah, like a front.
Like carved out of the back of the building. You can have this like super low key, like 300 square foot retail store tucked away. But every time I see it, even if like the business changes, it's always rented out.
Yeah.
It's like, and I look like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this place. Because it would cost like $250 a month. And I could have this like super low key store that costs next to nothing. And it doesn't have to be like my main office, so it doesn't have to be big, and it could be like a little satellite shop almost, you know?
Yeah.
That's where you guys should check out if they have space, because that guy that owns it, he's always in the building, and he's like super negotiable. You just take cash, like they don't even care if you run a business over there. They're just like, you want to rent it? We don't care what you do at the spot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's like, we were talking about that. That's definitely a place I want to check out. But yeah, no, I basically just want my office to look like MKBHD's office.
Yeah, but his is too big.
Yeah, like
it's
a
like
small.
I don't need to be that big, but that kind of vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I want that vibe, but like something that's, I mean, shit, the size of your office is like perfect. Yeah.
Clean, white walls, black furniture.
Very intentional.
And like pops of color on technology type shit.
See, me, I want mine to be clean and uniform, but I know this gonna sound crazy, but I want to be clean and uniform, but at the same time, I wanted to feel like Rhapsody the Basement a little bit. Like I want to have like performance pictures of like artists on the wall,
like eclectic,
and like that's the best. That's the best word. Yeah, like I wanted to like when you come in, like you see nothing but beacons of like positivity and light and like just people doing great. Yeah, and just like to where, you know what I'm saying, when you sit down, and I want the seats to be comfy, not too comfy where you gonna fall asleep, but like, you know what I'm saying, make you want to chill.
Because you guys could even get cubicles. Like if you got a smaller space, they sell that desk at IKEA, where it's like they sell like the divider thing too. So you like buy 2 desks and they sell this like little felt divider that you can like pin pictures to. So even if you share the space, you can still have your own sections.
They've got like temporary pop-up walls you could buy that are probably just as expensive.
They have a lot of really cool
that.
office stuff.
Yeah,
especially for dividing spaces.
So, but yeah, no, that's kind of my thought process and intention on towards an office space, which is why I said we should look at getting a space together.
Boy, crinkling all these snacks in the mic.
The plastic is tough, man. That was a formidable foe. I couldn't even break that. It was like double layered.
Oh god. But yeah, that's why I thought it would be a really good idea for you and I to get a space together, because a lot of what we want kind of goes in line. Like I said, you want to get like those sound panels and stuff like that because you're doing music stuff. That's perfect for a studio where you're going to be recording any type of sound and video too. So like the vlogs that I do would sound really good. We'll have we both kind of have like that same intentions with the look. Super nice, really clean look, but being able to segregate kind of our areas where like one feels a little bit more you, one's a little bit more me, but we still have enough stuff to where we can use the whole space. Like I said, I'd be more than happy to even put my desktop in there to use, because I have that iMac, which is for everything that you're doing is going to be a really good piece of equipment to use. And then I have a location for it. It'll fit with the vibe. It'll look real nice. I have a desk to go with it too. That's like a 2-layer desk with the slide out thing for the keyboard. So it's it's like a really nice. Like I think I spent like $400 or $500 on it. It's like nice and wood and everything. So it's really high end for that.
Nice and wood.
Yeah, you could use it as a flex space, as work.
100%.
But let me do this. Let me say this. Listen, guys, I got the ultimate proposition.
What's the word?
Listen.
I think I know what he's gonna say.
He doesn't know what I'm gonna say, cause he ain't gonna do it anyway. That's what I'm saying. You guys, I'll buy a lake house up north.
I knew it.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna say some shit like this.
Listen, I'll buy a lake house up north.
He's gonna rent each room out to us for $500.
No, you guys don't pay no rent. And all we do, we lock in Monday through Thursday. And we create things, and we create a whole bunch of stuff. And then on the weekend, we go to the city to all the events that we do. We sell all the physical product. And then we spend a weekend in the city. Then we go back. You guys don't pay no rent. And you help me with my creative projects. And you guys have your own space for your own creative projects.
Every weekend.
Yeah, you just come back to the city.
Yeah, I ain't trying to live up north though.
See, Doug's not adventurous. He's like the type of guy that don't want to see nothing.
All right, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start playing the lottery.
Should I get a house in Roseville?
As soon as I hit that bitch, we're gonna get a loft downtown. We're gonna get a house. We're gonna get a big ass house with a bunch of space around it in Shelby, and then we're gonna get a house on Beaver Island. And just be done. And just be done with it.
Beaver Island.
And just be done with it. And we good. And we can fly everywhere else we want to go.
If we could, that'd be sick. I can imagine having like a loft, like office space. Like that would be super ideal.
You can get one for like $600, right?
Where? That's the big
not downtown.
There's a place. Yeah, it's right. It's close to downtown.
No, you see what you said. It's a difference. It's a huge difference between downtown and close to downtown.
Listen, I had a friend that lived there. It's on Iron Street. They have studio lofts where there's no bedroom, but it's like a kitchen, a bedroom, and the ceilings are like real tall and exposed. She was paying $550 a month, but they bumped it up to $650. But the units are like 500 square feet.
Dang.
Yeah, so I've actually been there, and I like talked to the lady. There's like this little Mexican lady that runs like the little office. Because I was thinking about getting one for the brand and kind of like live there and run the brand. But I had a dog, and it was on the second floor, and animals are only allowed on the first floor. But all the first floor units were turned into businesses. So those people were not going to give up their like hair salons and like yoga studios and stuff. They've been there for like years and years. And then obviously I can't live there without boss, you know.
I feel that. That's like when I found my space, I had to make sure I found a space.
I've got my cat, so I wouldn't be able to.
It's like
unless they're okay with a cat on the second floor.
It's actually on.
That might
Jefferson.
be a good idea too. You know, if we get a decent enough space and they allow pets, I'm gonna bring my cat there.
Yeah.
Well, they allow
and that'll
cats.
make me come there because I have to take care of Callie.
Yeah, shit, I'd
you know
live
what I'm saying? Like I would have to come there because I gotta take care of my cat.
But it does exist, and a lot of people actually use those as Airbnbs. So if you look up Airbnb Detroit Loft, and it's like on Jefferson, right south of Grosse Pointe Park, but like still kind of in the city.
I know where you're talking. I think I know what area you're talking about.
They used to live in.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
But it's like right in the general area, so it's downtown-ish.
Yeah.
But it's east of Jefferson, so it's like between the water. But I've actually been inside there, and it's actually a really quiet place. It seems real secure. The parking is pretty minimal, but places like that exist too. But if you're downtown, like you're not getting in there less than 1,200.
Oh yeah, easy minimum.
I see what you're saying.
But even a place like that could be a cool office.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like an actual apartment or a loft, or
Because
like
those have
rent
like
a condo.
they have like like most of those usually have like really nice like big open windows too, because that's kind of the whole vibe.
When I stayed downtown at Hampton Towers, I think I only paid like $6 something a month for that space, and it was like, now that I think about it, that would be an awesome like little space for doing a project.
If we're gonna do any type of like residential thing,
it was like $650
You
or
think
something
it
like
costs
that.
that now?
Hell no,
You
it
think
gotta
it's
be
way
more.
up? Yeah, maybe.
If they did the renovations like I think they was, I mean, they was talking like they were gonna do, and they fixed the things that I feel like they should have fixed, it gotta be more by now. But if it ain't more, then
wasn't that like
man.
2014?
yeah, that was when that was during
Yeah.
the first South Carolina trip.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're talking 2013, 2014.
that's 5
Yeah,
years ago,
that was
so
5 years
yeah,
ago, so it got to
probably
be
not.
higher or at least
Especially
completely
on
different.
Jefferson.
Well, yeah. But yeah, if we look into anything residential, I would definitely say loft. I think that'd be the best vibe
that'd be
for
a
it and
dope
everything.
idea.
Like even a
Super,
house,
yeah,
though,
super
you
just
never
big
know.
open space.
You never know, man. Like there's some houses, like big ass houses rented out. You could get creative with it depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Cause like there's only one life. You could test it out, and there's a lot of weird kind of rental spaces out there that can
Yeah,
be
that's true.
Oh, trust. I'm going for the 6-month lease first.
or like a
just
spot
see
that's
what
like
it
above
is,
a pizza place.
see how I feel, and
Like
then you know what I'm saying.
downtown
If I
area.
needed more,
There's
just
weird
going
places that exist. They have offices like you'd be over a fucking pizza spot.
Well, that's why
that would be amazing.
I really like that idea. The place.
I love that. I can run downstairs and get a slice right quick.
The place that we just checked out a little while ago. That's why I like that vibe. There's like
Why?
Yeah. Well, one, like the place just
All right,
looked
I'm
really
eating
cool.
too many.
So one, the space just looked really, really cool. So we didn't get to actually go in. Tim's been in and seen it before. Me and Fernando headed in. But we still were able to peek in the windows and see quite a bit, and it looked really cool. It was like it had all slat wall all over it, so it was perfect for a storefront. But you can see like some really good, decent sized offices. There had to have been like 3 of them in there, I think.
There's like at least 2, I think.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3, so easily enough space for like me and Fernando each have our own area.
Yeah.
And those areas could be used by all of us. Like if I have a whole vlog set up, it's just easy for you to go and sit down in that same seat and do your vlogs too if you wanted to, or if Fernando wanted to, along with like the podcast stuff. If we wanted to do our own podcast. If let's say I wanted to do one about photography and shit, I just walk right into the other room. But the vibe was also nice of the area. So like there was that pizza place just like 2 doors down in the same plaza. It's within walking distance of like a bunch of like gas stations and stuff like that. That and the architecture of the actual plaza looked really cool. I like the way that the buildings were set up and everything. So it's like when I'm looking at getting an office space, I'm looking at the character of where that space is, because ultimately that office space is going to be in my film. It's going to be in my videos. It's going to be part of what I present to the world. So it's like a space like that I'm really interested in, because I like what value it would bring into the story of my creative side and all the content I make.
Yeah, but would you even commit to a space like that though? Because if I release a space like that, it's probably going to be like all in my name for Epyon Royal. Then I'm going to have to depend on the fact that you're going to want to rent a portion of it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to jump into it. I wouldn't want to jump into it and have no kind of guarantee that. Because oh man, 2 months later, like I'm not really working as hard as I should be to make the money, so I can't afford it, and then you just like dip out, and then
That's why it gotta be a low key space where we spending like $150, where like even if we don't do anything, it's still something we can swing.
Yeah, but this space is like $850 to like $1,000.
Well, that's why like
we just looked at.
Well, that's why, like I said, I don't know if that space is 100% like in the cards right now, because of what we had talked about with the situation of where me and Fernando are at in our
what would be an even
brands.
better space?
What?
The space in Harper. the space in Harper that is right by where I used
the
to
old
live.
crib. Yeah.
But I'm
Harper
pretty sure
what?
it's literally off the
It's
service
right
drive.
it's like on the side of 94.
You know when
just
you left my house and you went down to the freeway and you turned right, and then when you turn right and kept going, you hit a stop sign.
Your house?
Yeah,
the old house.
The old house.
Okay, yes.
You would go to, you
that
hit
stop sign. There's an office building right on the corner. That's the retail space
I know
that
what
I
you're
was
talking
looking
about.
at.
Yeah.
And they were asking $7.75. It's a little old lady that owns it. But I was over there not too long ago when I was picking up Boss's medication, and it looked like they leased it out. But a space like that has 850 square feet for $7.75 per month, and it's just one lady that owns it. So it's not like a company you have to go through. And there's literally 3 big size offices in that building, and the design and shit was cool.
Yeah.
I sent it to Doug in a chat.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that space because you had even put an offer, but redacted it.
I was looking in like December, November, and I was like, man, the slow season's about to come. I don't know how I should just go rent this big space.
Yeah.
I figured if I was gonna open the store, I'd just wait until the busy season where we're making a lot of sales at other events to launch the store
in
properly.
case it needs a little time to get going.
But yeah.
No. So that's kind of
So how soon are you looking to do that? Realistically, are you actually ready to pull the trigger if you found the right spot?
If I don't know if I'd be ready to pull the trigger. Like if I found the right spot tomorrow, I don't know if I'd pull the trigger.
What if you found the right spot for like 300 and they want first month, last month, and a security deposit of 150? Would you guys be able to pull together the 750 or 850 or whatever it's gonna cost?
See, and that's where I'm saying I don't know if I could.
I could in a couple months.
Yeah, that's why I'm probably looking at more like if it's I need to make the decision now, and then I'll be ready in like 2 months because I'll have that time to prepare and make sure I've got everything in order to make it happen.
No later than next winter.
I'm pessimistic.
You ain't gotta be. You can feel however you want to feel. Because at the end of the day, 1 + 1 = 2. So we got to get the economics together before we can make these investments. But that's why we trying to, get our brains together and make sure we got the game plan down pat.
Yeah.
So when we do get the economics together, it's already said and done.
I just think time is of the essence, and you guys should be trying to get the spot before the spring hits. That way you could get into it.
Time is also money, and we ain't got a lot of money.
I think more than just that. Time is of the essence, but at the same time, I don't want to do anything on anybody else's time frame. I'm gonna do my shit on my time frame. Simple as that. Like, time is of the essence, and there is probably a lot of benefits if I were to just scrape together and make it happen right now. Because if I really, really tried, I bet I could. I'm resourceful like that. But would it really be putting me in the best situation? Would it be? I wouldn't even say the best situation. The situation I want to be in, because I don't want to get put into a space and feel like I did it almost out of obligation or necessity. No, something like that's something I'm gonna want to do. I want to do for me. Like, that's one of the biggest things of me starting the vlog and doing all this content creation and shit is, I've been utilizing it as a way of helping you out and helping other people that I know out. But at the end of the day, I'm doing it because I want to do something for myself. I want to do something for me that nobody else can tell me what to do with it, that nobody else can have any like control or sway over the ultimate outcome of it. I want it to be something I'm choosing to do and I'm making happen by design. So yes, I agree, time is of the essence, but at the same time, I'm not going to rush just because somebody told me I said I should. No disrespect to you, but like at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means?
But like I'm not going to, I can't make a decision or make any of this stuff happen for anybody else. I need to do it for me. I want to do it on my time frame and do it for myself.
Do it for me, Doug. Do it for me. Do it for me. Do it for me. But
like I still have to kind of help build. I gotta build my own brand first before it makes sense to do that. Like when you had got your office, you were at least making sales. You had sales happening off your products, so that's why it made sense. Right now, I'm just now getting to the point where I have potential to make income with this. It would be unwise for me to just jump right into something that is an expense for the brand.
Did you shoot with that girl?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did the first photo shoot. Yeah, she runs it. She's starting her own personal training
But
business.
you already shot together?
Yeah, we already did some shoots together last Sunday. It just kind of sucked because like a lot of the shoots we had planned, the weather ended up being trash. So
It was
like
really windy.
yeah, it was super
Overcast.
windy. Yeah, so like we couldn't get a whole lot of good stuff, and we already kind of negotiated how we were gonna go about doing this. Like what I was doing is kind of like the first initial demo and complimentary stuff, and like when it's gonna turn over into a pay structure and stuff. We already worked all the details out for that. But yeah, no, it's just right at that we wanted to just get something that day, and we did get a lot of really cool shots, a lot more stuff indoors. With like we did like some cool food photography and stuff for her because her whole Instagram and business is based off health and wellness, so it kind of fit really well. But as far as a lot of the shots that we really wanted to get, that wasn't the day for it. So
Back shots?
what?
Back
Oh,
shots?
man.
Anyways.
How you gonna say that something like that?
Did you do those
disrespectful?
headshots of like that law firm or that real estate company?
No. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I'm in negotiations with that law firm,
okay, 'cause
and
I
it's
wasn't
it's a
sure if
lot
you
more than
did.
headshots. We found out it's going to be a lot of work that they need.
Tax
so
them. Tax
so
them.
that's why we're talking about pay and stuff like that, and we
They
kind
got
of got a couple numbers in the heads, but the person that I've been talking to, because it's a good buddy of mine and it's also his dad. His dad is kind of the person who makes the final decisions, but I've been talking to my buddy, so we're running everything by him, setting up a meeting to go over everything and trying to make it happen.
If
So,
you get the number you want, are you going to be happy?
yeah,
Are you
Well-
going to buy those lights or no?
yeah, I already worked stuff out with that. So, but yeah, no, we've already talked, and the number that we've already talked about is something I'm more than happy with. And it's pretty cool because when I threw that number out, they were pretty much initially we're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. So that's pretty cool. And then like I said, I got a couple other things in the works with that, but I really do just need to build the brand up and build it up to where it would make sense for me to do something like investing something as almost an expense for the brand. It's not just my expense, it's for this, and I need this to be the thing that pays for it.
So now are you leaning more towards taking pictures or doing the insurance thing?
It's a healthy mix of both. I'm still doing the insurance thing, just because that is also something I'm super passionate about. I make good money doing that, and it's something that is going to play a huge part in my future. But it's really nice to have something else that's completely different. Because as much as I love doing that, I've been somebody who's been a creative individual most of my life. Like even when I was running the shoe stores, I tried to do everything that I could to stretch the guidelines and make the stores my own. And when it came to like VM setups and stuff like that, and really creating something, along with I've been playing and writing music for the better part of the last decade and a half. So it's really nice that I have something like that is really kind of building a foundation for a lot of the things that I want to do in my life, but I also have this outlet to be creative and do something productive that's also something that I want out of my life too. So it's been really crazy. I've been at this really cool point where I have so many things going on that I'm passionate about. I've never had this before, and it's been really cool thinking about it lately, and really thinking about how grateful I am of where I'm at in my life because of all the things I get to do.
So basically, this is the first time you lived a regular life
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't a slave.
where you do things based on your own terms rather
Exactly.
than trying to appease other people for
Exactly.
your little scraps.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
sir. can I
Exactly.
have some
Like that's
scraps?
and that's what it comes down to is
Do your
doing
job.
stuff.
Here's your goddamn scraps. Uncle Sam took 20 of them.
You know, it's
But,
like
Be on some.
But yeah, and it's been really cool to have so many people supportive of it too. So like I said, I talked to my dad about it today. My dad's super supportive about the stuff, which is very unusual. My dad hasn't always been the most supportive person for the things that I like to do in my life. My mom has been super supportive about it too. So it's like
Shout out to the moms out
shout
there.
out to the moms. I love my mom.
Shout out to all the mamas out there.
All of them. But yeah, no, it's been really cool, and the last year of my life I've reflected on it a lot ever since I became a business
Famous.
owner and self-employed, and it's been awesome. I wouldn't change anything for the world because I do finally feel like I'm doing shit for me and not for anybody else. And I have a lot of support and a lot of good people in my life that are backing me on it. So
That's crazy.
yup.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Fernando, how do you feel starting to do more creative stuff like with the podcast?
I feel like you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is exactly what I needed to be doing. Like you know what I'm saying? I've been pretty much stressing out about my job because I pretty much finally landed the job that I felt like I always wanted. I always was like, yeah, man, if I get this job, I'm good. I ain't gonna need nothing else. I'm gonna be great. Like as soon as I get this job, I don't have to worry about nothing. Finally got my dream job, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Then it turned out to be the nightmare.
And it turned to be a fucking nightmare. I hate my job.
Yeah.
So it's like this is just like
Doing something for you.
Not only is it doing something for me, it's crazy how this shit is just like a fish out of water to me. Like or like a fish in water. Finally, that's what I meant to say. Not a fish out of water, but like a fish. You know how they say they take it to it like a fish to water, like
a moth to flame.
Yeah, bro. Like I just
a chicken head to the sea,
like a chicken head to the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like I got these mics. I set them up. I learned how to do this shit in like 6 Amazon videos. You know, YouTube videos.
Damn, I was about to say.
I do got Amazon Prime and Hulu and Netflix because I flex like that. But yeah, like I just watched how to do this shit on YouTube. I was like, all right, I know what setup we got. I know what kind of space we got. I tried to like get the stuff that was gonna fit us, like exactly what we doing right here.
Yeah.
And try not to spend too much money. And boom, we on episode 5 already. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to episode 5.
We on episode 5 already.
Even though we're at like an hour and 20 minutes. So
Hey, no, that's good.
2 episodes late.
Hey.
Oh, this is an hour and 20 minutes?
Do you not?
Yeah, because I started it. I started right when we started.
We need to get the watch time up anyway, so forget it.
I mean, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna cut some of this down too because we was talking some bullshit.
Yeah.
But
you don't have to cut too much.
No, not too much.
If it ends up being longer, it ends up being longer.
Not too much.
We got a story to tell.
But yeah, bro, like as far as doing this shit for me, bro, this shit is like it's like it give me a reason to live, man.
Yeah.
Cause I be for real every week I be at work stressing, but it gives me something else to think about. Like, all right, I know I gotta think about the next topic, or like sometimes I set all of this shit up at the house just to like make sure I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
I can attest to that. Like, I do the same shit with my camera.
I'm telling you, like I'm telling you, bro. Like
practicing,
bruh. I looking like a dumbass in my drawers, like you know what I'm saying?
There's like ghosts of us and they go. He's like, oh no. But in the reality, it's like 38 years old. Like he didn't even chase his dream of doing a podcast, but he still got these dusty mics. He didn't follow his dreams to the max, and then he just got too old to even know how to do it and be relevant in it. He just kind of slowly slithered away, like damn. And then this microphone, still got these headphones. By this time, we got like earbuds that just kind of go in your brain. And he's like, where did my homies go? I got ran over by a car.
In case anybody didn't notice, Tim all of a sudden started talking about 10 years in the future without addressing it.
But then made it negative too. How about positive? What we doing? What we get?
How about we put our chips on the
we
table?
Get trillions of views.
Everybody put your chips in and your dots.
Man, look.
Who want to rent this desk? I'm gonna rent this desk.
Just this desk.
Yeah. We'll put a pegboard. Put a board between the microwaves, so you know, like one of those cheating things in high school.
Yeah.
Put like a little slide out drawer.
But yeah,
put drywall around it.
I'm getting extra.
Like a dog igloo thing.
Oh my god!
I don't know about
you. Want to rent this desk? I'll give you a key.
Nah, I'm gonna get my own.
I'll give you a key.
$75.
I done spent enough money. I just bought a cat tree and all that shit.
Oh no! With the carpet,
they're gonna appreciate it when you see the cat tree I just bought, bro. It's fly.
I won't know anything about that. My cat's too damn fat to ever get on his cat tree.
For real,
that thing's been wasted since I bought it.
For real,
I paid $120 for it. I bought him a nice one, and all he does is scratch on it every once in a while.
I spent about $100 on mine, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Does it got carpet on it?
Yeah,
So is mine. Yep.
They got a nice little house in the middle and everything.
Oh, nice,
Do they
nice.
like it?
Yeah, no, my cat's too fat.
I mean, I don't know because I didn't get
it.
it yet. It's what I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, but I'm excited
you ordered
for
on
it.
Amazon?
Yeah, shout out to Amazon. I love Amazon.
Nice.
Shout out to Jeff
crazy.
Bezos.
But yeah, no, my cat's too fat. He can't get up on a cat tree. So
Damn, I hope my cat like the cat tree and just don't look at it like it's
We should
retarded.
just take Doug's cat tree to your crib and drill it to the one that you just bought and have
for
a
real,
cat
get that shit
mansion.
out of my way.
Hey, if
don't
my
get
cat,
it.
Mansion.
if my cat likes mine, then I'll take yours. I'll buy yours.
Okay. Bet. Deal.
For real. I'll throw you a 20 for it.
Papa's gonna get a new lens.
You could get. Well, he said he's getting you 20.
How much is being for it? How much is being for it? You said
120.
I'll give you 50 for it.
I'll take it.
Bam.
cat tree?
Oh, I'm about to have
And
two
with
cat
that,
trees.
we
Shout out
gotta
to-
end this
First
podcast.
ever
yo.
sale happening
Wow.
on this podcast.
Shout out
Done.
Kelly. Shout out Kelly.
That's how you
Kelly.
know
I'm about
we
to-
need
I'm
to
trying to
end
get
the
my cat
podcast.
decked out.
When we
For real.
start negotiating cat tree real estate, this is how you know it needs to end. We'd like to thank you guys.
Yeah, we don't
We'd like
went
to
off on a
thank you guys
tangent.
for
I don't know
coming
what
to
the
the
fuck we even start
podcast.
talking about anymore.
This one's the extra long podcast, so shout out to everybody that actually listens from beginning to end. Shout out to you too for giving us premium ads on these videos, despite the fact that we don't get a lot of views. And I got hiccups. Fernando, any last words? Do you want to leave these beautiful theys to sleep? These they humans. What do you got to say to these?
I appreciate to each and every last one of y'all for checking out episode 5 of the Epyon Royal podcast. I want to apologize for being this long. I apologize for the retarded topics we done talked about, because the first ones I'm sure were insightful and mean something, and I'm sure the last ones ain't mean shit. So I just want to bid you adieu, au revoir. Thank you again for checking us out. Hey Doug, you want to say bye real quick?
Yeah. So yeah, again, kind of same thing. You know, we greatly appreciate you guys for checking it out and following us along. I can't believe we're already on the 5th episode. This is crazy. But yeah, if there's anything any of you guys take from listening to these, just do what y'all love, man. I'm
Do
so
that
sick
shit.
of seeing people not do what they love to do. So just do the things that you love, because that's what we're doing right now, and we appreciate you guys for supporting and allowing us to do what we love to do. So that's all I got for you.
Yeah, woo, thank y'all. Woo,
Squad if you a good girl.
Peace.